The Gambia Tech Project on Saturday launched a food app called Chopser, which is made by a Gambian. This innovation has seen large praises from the people. Our reporter Maimuna Diary tells us more in this report.
On Saturday, January 22nd, 2022, the Gambia Tech Project facilitates the launching of the Chopser application. Omar Balde, the founder of Chopser application, tells us the amazing features of the application and why he thinks it is needed in the Gambia.
It's like the smart way to it. It's a food ordering and delivery application that's available free to download on both App Store and iOS. And then it has all the best restaurants, thousands of menu items. You can order from the convenience of your home. You can enjoy live tracking with the delivery guy. You know, it just enables businesses, especially those in the tourism sector, as well as other small businesses like grocery stores, to be able to serve digitally. All you need is just your phone to be able to order and interact with these platforms. Overdue in the Gambia because, first of all, we can just remember a few years, like a year or two ago, the pandemic struck. And then everything shut down. The restaurants shut down. Grocery stores shut down. Why? Because we didn't have a mechanism in place for these businesses to be able to operate. So everything was just locked down. And from then, we needed Chopser. And from then, we started working on Chopser. And not just that, but then the idea and the ability to be able to order food at the convenience of your phone is just amazing. Because globally, 42% of all food ordering is done on the phones, both food and groceries. And this trend is going to catch up to the Gambia because anything you're doing with your phone is just a lot easier. It's more efficient. And Chopser has world-class features that average Gambian users can be able to use. It solves that problem. But also small businesses will be able to reach a higher target audience without needing tons of waitresses, without needing tons of warehouses. They could easily just publish the food and then items on the app, and people could easily just order from it and have it downloaded.
Tech being a struggling business in the Gambia, Omar Balde further tells us some of the challenges he faced while working on converting his idea into reality.
We had tons of hindrances. Firstly, because a lot of people were just not in for it. People used to complain like, the internet in the Gambia is good. And when I say people, I'm talking about close people that, you might want to lean on for support. And having all of those not believing in it was really tough. That's one of the first challenges we faced. Secondly, our partners in the restaurant and in the grocery industry, a lot of them saw the product because we are a tech startup. We're more invested in the technology. But then bringing the technology in place for these people, a lot of them still preferred like an old-fashioned way. A lot of them were still not open to that. So we had to run through a lot of challenges. We had to always iterate through our solution to be able to penetrate the market to the point that we are at right now.
Mr. Babakar Kohli, project manager for the Gambia Tech Project, tells us how he feels about Omar's work and his vision for tech in the country. Mr. Kohli further tells us the challenges they are facing as a tech company and the possible ways to overcome those challenges.
Just proud seeing that Gambians, and especially young Gambians, are doing amazing stuff in the country. And actually, our doors are open to support anyone doing anything in innovation and anything in technology, particularly those people who want to venture into the tech industry as young people. Access to resources, especially technical resources, to develop or to put in function certain aspect of the tech industry, particularly when it comes to server management and server fundings, because most of the innovation or the products run on servers, and those servers needs like some spendings to be done to maintain them. And when it comes to the startups, they do not have most of the time much or enough to maintain those servers for a long period of time.
Alaji Jaju, Executive Director of National Youth Council, expresses his impression about the Chopser application and further stated the plans the National Youth Council for young people like Omar Balde.
So, for me, it's a great idea, and as a council, we really want to give it all our go, and we really want to work with him, and probably see in the area of marketing, something I brought to him, how can he really use our own platforms to be able to really market, the app further, so that every Gambian knows about the app. And within a year, or even within a year or two, at least we're able to have, more than probably half of the Gambian population using the app. And even, the old woman at the market, who sits out there selling, is able to use the app and order for food, order for lunch at her convenience. Let it just not be for those of us who are literate, but even those not literate can easily use the app. And I think as we move on along the line, we should be able to put in these improvements, and every Gambian can happily use the app. But from our end as a council, we are happy that these things are stepping up and it's coming from a young guy, and we will definitely give it all the support that it needs, to really move it, to the next level. We do not want a scenario where in 1 year down the line the app is no more, but we want to ensure 1 year down the line, if we started with 1,000, users 1 year down the line, we are talking about at least 100,000 users. That will be our pride, and as a council we will definitely work with him to ensure we're able to move with him to the next level. We can't innovate, but those that innovate, we want to work with them and see how we're able to move with them to the next level, to their benefit and of course by extension for every other Gambia.
Tech basically being the smart way of doing things by innovation, it has become a great factor in the development of many nations around the world. Reporting for N24, I am Maimuna Dar.